Hi everyone, it's Evangeline here at etrailer, and today we'll be taking a look at our CURT Premium Hanging Style Bike Rack here on our 2019 Volvo XC60. So the CURT Premium is what I considered a family-friendly bike rack. Because of the way it's designed, where you have two cradles for your two adult bikes, as well as your smaller cradles, which are ideal for your smaller children's bikes frames. If you have your whole family, you drive them around here in your XC60, and you all want to go for a bike ride, this might be a really good option for you that is still an affordable option. Okay, so first we'll take a look at how our bike is mounted. So we have two straps here on the top tube, and then we have this third strap here on our seat tube, which kind of makes an anti-sway cradle. So this is basically just a rubber strap holding it in place. Notice how we have some sway with that attached. And then if we take our strap out, we have even greater sway. So it does make a difference. And I do recommend trying to find the best fit, since you do have options on your bike. That way you can decrease the sway as much as you can get it. But once those straps are released, you can then just lift your bike up, bring them through. Notice how much space we have between those two cradles, and then you are ready to go on a bike ride. All right, let's take a look at the cradles and straps themselves now that we have our bike off. So we do have some grooves here on the inside, and those are going to be for your brake lines. You also have it where you can rotate these cradles just to find the best fit for you. So it's not as premium as, let's say, the Yakima Ridgeback, which has cushions all over its cradles as well as its zip strips, but it is nice to see the extra features or the extra design choices they made so that you can find a good fit for you. There we go. So we have these thick rubber straps, and you are going to have to exert a little bit of muscle just to bring that around your frame and then tighten it in place by popping them into those tabs. Now I have the 4-bike version, but this also comes as a 5-bike version. Exact same design, 2 adult cradles, and then here at the end for the 5-bike version, you have 3 where they are closer in, where it's a bit more narrow. So the distance apart for the adult bikes is going to be 5 inches apart, and then about 5 inches apart as well between the smaller cradles. And from the large one to the smaller one, you have about 8 inches of distance. So you will have to figure out the best placement for your bicycles. If you do need to, check out our frame adapter bars that will create a level base to put onto these cradles. Notice how we also have these nice red reflectors at the end. That's just going to help keep you a little bit more visible on the road. Okay, so I'm going to take some measurements right over here, because whenever you have a bike rack on your vehicle, there's going to be some length added to the back of it. So measuring here on our bumper of our XC60 to right where those reflectors are, it sits at 38 inches of length. Now the 5-bike version will add about 5 inches to that. So whenever you back into your garage or try to park into a tight spot, please don't forget that you have a bike rack as well as some bicycles behind you that you do have to maneuver with. Okay, now if you do want to decrease that length, what you can do is you can fold these arms down. To do so, there's this clip right over here. Take that clip out, and then that will allow you to remove this pin. Hold onto your arms and just guide those down, then pop that pin back into place right where you took it out. So you may need to move those arms around a little bit just to get that lined up as you put that clip to secure it. Now we'll take some measurements again. So measuring from our bumper to the end of the bike rack, which is now at the end of that mast or that shank, it now sits at about 12.5 inches away from our bumper. Closest point is going to be from our bumper to where that knob is, and that's about 5 inches away. So big difference compared to when the arms were up. You definitely want it in this position when you're not planning on taking your bikes out just yet, but you also don't want to take your bike rack off completely. This makes it a little bit more portable. Now with it folded up like this, notice how this sits right where your windshield wiper is, so you're going to get almost full visibility out of your rear window. Your taillights are obviously very easy to be seen Now your backup camera here on your XC60 is offset towards the passenger side. So it is slightly right there. It's slightly on the inside of this arm over here, which is great because then you don't have the main mast in front of it. You will definitely see your bike rack through your camera, but it won't be as big of a deal because you'll still have some visibility of any cars behind you if needed. Now this does have a weight capacity of 180 pounds for the 4-bike version, and the 5-bike version has a weight capacity of 225 pounds. That's actually a little bit more than your average hanging style rack. So if you have slightly heavier bikes, or let's say your 2 adult bikes are slightly heavier, this is perfectly fine because of that great weight capacity. Now when we talk about weight capacity, that comes from our shank and how it fits into our hitch. This has a 2-inch shank and fits into our 2-inch hitch receiver. It comes with an anti-rattle bolt and a pin. So that pin is going to be what helps secure it. Now you do get a tool to tighten this down, but I recommend doing what I do, which is that I use a socket wrench with a 3/4 socket, and that helps out a lot. So we're going to shake it just by the shank, just to demonstrate how, as I shake it, I'm mainly moving the vehicle. Now this has a slight movement, but that's just because I haven't tightened down the mast right over here, just so that I can demonstrate another feature real quick, which is that this can tilt away. So to do so, it's a little bit of a process. You have to first loosen this knob, then take out this pin, right there, and then, that clip, and then that allows you to take out this pin. So once those are released, you then lift up on this lever, and this tilts it down. And you'll want that tilt down feature if you want to access your hatch. So see here how we actually have a good amount of space around our bike rack, meaning we can get into our trunk, grab our helmets, grab our bags, grab our waters. Now you will have to take your bikes off to do so. So it is still a little bit of a process, but it's nice that you don't have to take your bike rack off. So let's just put this down. Make sure you lift that lever up so it lines up with that hole. And then you pop that pin back into place. And then you use this clip to secure that pin. There we go. And then tighten it down with this knob. So if you do feel like you have some movement of the mast like what we have here, it may be because that mast is loose and you have this knob a little bit loosened up. There we go. Okay, so all in all, it is a little bit more on your simplistic side for hanging style bike racks. You don't get that extra cushion, you don't get integrated cable locks. If you do want to lock up your bike in your bike rack, check out our cable lock options here at eTrailer. But it is an affordable bike rack that is ideal for a family that wants to go out for a ride. So if you have all of your family in your XC60 and you guys like to go bicycling, you want to go out on the trails, this is a nice, quick, small option for you. If you want something a little bit more premium, maybe check out our CURT Transfer 4-bike platform rack, which can tilt away with the bikes on if you want to access your hatch. But all in all, this was a look at our CURT Premium hanging style bike rack here on our 2019 Volvo XC60.